Hi, my name is Heather Armstrong. These are my kids. I'm a mother, a very happy mother. I'm a musician. I worked in hospitality for 10 years. Well, the Piper's Hill was actually really funny because I moved to the South Shore and I couldn't get over how there wasn't anything for piping and drumming because I used to live in Halifax, so it was everywhere. And so I decided to start the South Shore Pipes and Drums Association. And when I started that, Patrick Melanson, I guess he owns the Pipers Guild around here. And so I guess he liked my energy. So then he just said, do you want my business? So then, I got that and now I'm working with it. So it was pretty neat how that happened. It's like it's a central booking area. So when someone wants to, say a client's looking for a musician, they come to the Pipers Guild and then they book. And then I either can perform, or if I can't perform the instrument that is required, then I go and find that for them. And a lot of bagpipers, because I think I'm assuming it started off as bagpiping and then it just started to grow where they wanted to have other musicians. Oh, there's a Ghostbuster car. Got a Ghostbuster car for his birthday. His birthday was this weekend. Oh, there's a ball. Ready? Go. I just played fetch with my kid. Shh, don't say anything.
Boys?
Robbie is 2 and Luke is 4.
No, 5.
They're amazing.
Oh my gosh, right? He's 5. He just turned 5. Musician forever. And one thing they say is like it's really hard to become a musician as a career. And so it was really nice to be able to do that. It's something I find when you're a musician, it kind of just it haunts the back of your mind. You know, you just have to do it. And then finally it was 4 o'clock in the morning, and then I just created a post about bagpiping, being a bagpiper, and it just went really well. And I realized, you know, you have to break out of the norm of, you know, when you become an entrepreneur, you have to break away and say, you know, I don't have to do this. I can do what I want to do, right? I have great helpers. Then I just, you know, I had to break out of that mold, I guess, and just say, you know what, I can do this. And then I just did it. You know what I mean? You just have to, like, Nike check. Just do it. Make your dreams dreams and just let it take over. I don't go to work and then have to worry about, you know, my child is sick. What do I do? Because I'm working for myself. Some challenges, I guess, would be just if I need to find a sitter, but I mean, I haven't really found many challenges. I mean, I enjoy having them around. So it's so wonderful because when I went back to work and when I worked in, when I worked in hospitality, I realized that I couldn't give what I wanted for them. And then because I wanted to be home with my kids, right? And so I find it almost an advantage. I don't find it challenging much at all, really. I want to get children involved in it. I know you have to be 16, but I know that in order to get musicians, you need to have children musicians. You know what I mean? So I want to have more, because right now you're supposed to be 16. I want to have more 16-year-olds, more high school, because I found that when I was growing up, it's the hardest to be a musician when you're in your teens. Especially like when I was a bagpiper, it wasn't considered cool when I was younger, so I quit. But I feel that if there's a possibility for them to know that they can work and someone supports, like I know that pipe and drums schools, they do support it, but I mean, I just want to help and be supportive of it because it is a really powerful instrument and it's a leadership instrument, and it creates a lot of leaders and creates confidence because I mean, you're standing there playing a bagpipe, you know, it screams confidence. So when it came true to me to become a musician, was when I was just playing my guitar for a little bit, and then my son Robbie, my youngest, started to pick at it and started to want to touch it and play it. And I was like, it's not fair to them to not show this part of them because they might have it, and you know, so I have to support them by showing them. Yeah, I find when we get older, we create we create this fear in ourselves. And then we even as adults, we stop doing those dreams. So I really think that one thing I've noticed with the South Shore Pipes and Drums Association is right now there's a lot of there's a lot of adults in it as well as children. And I think that's important because then they'll create, the adults will create kind of a role model aspect, and then the children will feel comfortable in doing it because they see that our adults are doing it. So I think that it's important for us as adults to not give up on those dreams and do those extracurricular activities so that children can do it as well, because they know that it's good for them. Right? I don't know if that makes sense. I just think as us as adults, we shouldn't give up on our dreams.
That's
right?
amazing.
We need there is a way to do it, and it is very nerve-wracking to say it because I know a lot of people don't believe in church and such, and it's hard to say, but I do believe that we need to bring God back. And I know that's so religious of me to say, but we do. True. We have to. I mean, I notice like Sunday, that's where the heart is. When I sing, it really comes out on Sunday. That's when it comes out most. And then throughout the week, I try my hardest to bring that feeling. And I mean, through music, you get it, like, or through what you love, you get it. But we need it back. And it's kind of scary to say that on this because like I don't like whatever, I'll say it, but it's true. It's the higher power, the reason we're here. Even if you don't believe it, it's that conscious awareness of knowing that you matter. And I do believe that if everyone knows that they matter, then our children are going to know they matter, and then music will happen and everyone will be happy. Like, because I'm working on the confidence. Actually, I'm so excited. Okay, I have a piper, and she was very nervous. She did not want to play in front of people, and she's actually agreed to play with me at the end of year ceremonies. So that's real, like, because that's the hugest part of music, is getting through that fear and realizing you're fine, and then just do it. Nike check, just do it. That's the biggest part, because the world's full of criticism, but then you got to think like it's just criticism. I don't know, just do it.
I'm trying to fly.
He's trying to fly. Okay,
I see you.
So one of my Channer students, he played over at the Pipers Club, and that's over in Halifax. And I don't think he knew how like amazing that was. He played on stage in front of pipe majors, in front of bands, in front of businesses. Like, he just got up, played his Channer. I held his music because we didn't have a music stand. I was there just holding his music, and he just did it. And that's the most amazing part, is that like beating that, like he has that covered, you know. And then we have it when we're little, and then we lose it, you know. And then we're like, oh, this person, you know, like what if I, and he's just like, like just does it, you know. And that's the thing. And it's so beautiful because I love it, and I'm learning from them all the time. I'm learning from them, and taking what I have learned when I was younger and bringing it back and teaching them. It keeps you, like, it makes your technique better through them, through the kids, through the students. Your technique's better, and it's a win-win, really. It's amazing. Some days when the world gets you, you know, you don't want to show it, but then that's when I just take that. One of my friends, she said, because I have anxiety, you know. She said, take all that anxiety and fear and channel it into something good, you know. And that's when I started doing all this. As soon as she said that, she said that to me, and I said, okay, fine, let's do the association, let's get this Pipers Guild, let's show people what can be done. And that's what I'm doing.